I'm Deepak Chari of the Chari Center of Health. We have an exciting show for you, and we're going to be talking about the foods. We're going to be talking about the 5 foods that cause anxiety. So stay tuned. Welcome, everyone, to the Chari Health Hour. I'm Deepak Chari. Today, we're going to be talking about the 5 foods that cause anxiety. But before we get into that, I wanted to introduce you to the Chari Center of Health, which we all represent. That is myself, my sister Dr. Chari, and Mama Chari, who you'll be meeting shortly. The Chari Center of Health was founded 21 years ago in 1999, and the main focus of the Chari Center of Health is advanced integrative medicine, where we look for safe, non-invasive, alternative remedies for mental, emotional, physical balance, as we've done for thousands of people all over the US and all over the world, both in person and virtually, and we look forward to doing that with you as well. If you want to find out more about our Chari Center of Health, please go to the website www.charicenter.com, CHARICENTER.com. You'll see that on the screen as well. So please check that out. All right. Well, one of the key people of the Chari Center of Health is Mama Chari. She keeps the whole Chari Center together, and everyone considers her as their mother. So without further ado, here's Mama Chari.
Thank you, Deepak, and namaste. Welcome to our Chari Center Health Clinic. It's a pleasure to be with all of you. The Chari Center of Health is a completely we focus on to give you a natural way of living. Uh, just have a good food, healthy living, and a lot of information we like to give it to you and share with you. And the Chari Center is even three of us together. We want people to feel very much at home. When you come to our Chari Center, we treat you like our own family, and we like to make you comfortable and relax. And because whenever you go to a doctor's office, you are always very anxious and worried. But when you come to our place, we just make you very comfortable and relax, and will help you in every way, emotionally, physically, mentally, and also medicinally. So we have lot of medical background, and we combine like ancient Ayurveda and modern medicine, and also try to focus on a natural way to keep our bodies healthy. So we try to educate you, and we'll give you the knowledge, and we want to empower you so that you can take care of yourself, not to worry, and be healthy and be happy. So that is our motive. So now Dr. Chari will talk to you about those 5 points, and of course I will also give you some of the my experience, and I hope you'll enjoy the show. Thank you and welcome.
Thank you, Mama Chari, for those wonderful words of wisdom. I hope you all enjoyed her Mama Chari's words of wisdom. All right, the next person I'd like to introduce is the medical director of the Chari Center of Health, who's Dr. Chari. So she's going to speak to you next. So here, without further ado, is Dr. Chari.
Oops. 1 second here.
She has an extensive medical background and training and experience in her unique way of advanced integrative medicine, which she has done for countless people, thousands of people all over the US and all over the world, both in person and virtually. So, and she has we have a very exciting program for you on the 5 foods that cause anxiety. And she's going to be teaching on the board here shortly. So here she is, Dr. Chari.
Thank you, Deepak. Thank you, Mom. And give me 1 second here. And thank you all for being here today. We're doing a little bit of a different setup as I'm going to actually use the board here. And today we're talking about 5 foods that actually cause anxiety, which may be surprising to you, but in this current day and age and everything that we're experiencing in our country and in the world around us, most of us at some point or another are feeling anxiety. But there are some things we can do to control the amount of anxiety that we feel, and we can go to foods. And believe it or not, there's certain foods that we eat that can actually cause or aggravate anxiety. So I'll be talking about that with you today. And so please, if you have any questions, we're going to do a live Q&A. Would love to answer your questions. And thank you so much for being here. And if you're watching the replay, thank you so much for watching the replay. And again, my name is Dr. Chari. I'm a medical doctor. My specialty is in internal medicine, and I've been practicing integrative medicine for over 21 years at the Chari Center of Health. And what integrative medicine means basically is combining nutrition, mind body medicine, leading edge natural remedies, and there's also incredible health and wellness technologies that we use at our center that are 30 years ahead of their time. And I create customized programs for each person. I focus on working on women over the age of 40, either who are going, the early stages of getting towards menopause or who've actually gone through menopause, and help you with the different symptoms of hot flashes, night sweats, mood swings, weight gain, especially that stubborn belly fat, and other health issues as well as balancing blood sugar, helping with adrenal fatigue, healing gut issues, and so many and general internal medicine issues. But I have a holistic natural approach. And if you're interested, I also offer a complimentary 15-minute medical consult where you can speak to me and I can share with you what my approach would be for your issues. So again, today we're talking about the 5 foods that cause anxiety, and hopefully you can see my board here. The first one I'm going to be discussing is wheat. And wheat is found, of course, in everything that we love, whether it's breads and pastas and pizzas and, all the baked goods, all the yummy things that we love to eat. But what we found personally is that we were starting to literally get ill eating these kinds of foods. And it didn't happen overnight, it was gradual. And then suddenly we noticed that it could have been digestive symptoms or having skin issues or eczema, feeling, more lethargic, more tired, just not feeling well. And then when we traced back, we found it was related to wheat products and gluten. The reason being there could be potentially up to 90% more gluten in the foods we eat than there were, more than 15, 20 years ago. And gluten is a glue that basically binds the grains together. But believe it or not, wheat can actually cause anxiety, and it can affect the balance of good and bad bacteria in your gut. It can also create a lot of inflammation in the gut. And it's called the gut brain axis, which is, believe it or not, how when I'm saying gut, I'm referring to everything from your throat or the esophagus going to your stomach, and that leads into your small intestine and large intestine. So everything that's involved in digesting and absorbing foods, I'm going to refer to the gut, and that's connected to your brain. So your brain and your nervous system. So when your gut gets inflamed, your brain can get inflamed. And so by simply just taking one step, I don't mean you have to avoid everything at once, but maybe minimizing or even just completely avoiding for a period of time wheat products and just see how you feel. You may be amazed. A lot of my patients say their joint pains went away, they're sleeping better, they have more energy, they lost weight. Again, just from that simple step. And then the next thing is sugar. Now, a lot of processed foods have wheat, so one leads to the other. But again, sugar in any one of its forms can also cause inflammation. And so that inflammation can then lead to, a lot of the same issues that we're speaking about before. That inflammation can cause imbalance in the good and bad bacteria in your gut, an overgrowth of candida. And, candida have been around for billions of years. And when they spill out their toxins, what happens is that can create a lot of the emotional symptoms that we see. It could be sadness, depression, anxiety, but it's related to sugar. And what happens is when you eat a lot of sugar and, sweets, let's say sweets, when you eat a lot of sweets, that increases the candida, which then overgrow, and then they cause you to actually crave more sweets so that they can increase as well the amount of uh, inflammation in your body. So what I'm trying to say is that by avoiding sugar as much as you can in general, it's going to be for your benefit, because also sugar is going to weaken your immune system. And that's the last thing we want to do at this point in time, is affect your immune system. So wheat and then sugar. I know, again, it sounds easy. Okay, so you're stopping wheat products and then sugar. What else is on the list? But another thing is corn. And again, because of the way corn has been, genetically modified, that's been an issue. And so, you may be, whether it's, corn chips or tortillas or tacos, all of these things can create, again, gut inflammation, which then inflames the brain and nervous system, causes imbalance in what are known as neurotransmitters or brain chemicals, so that you can feel more anxious. You may have more joint pain. You may actually gain weight. It affects you in all avenues. So, wheat, corn, and sugar, and then there's soy. And a lot of the soy has been genetically modified as well. So, in general, we've been kind of avoiding tofu and things of that nature because, again, if it creates more inflammation in the body, that's the last thing that you want. And that can then potentially lead to feeling more anxious. And then, as well as, so within all of this is, of course, fast foods, because most fast foods have a lot of wheat or a lot of corn in them. And so, again, that will create a lot of inflammation that can then lead to anxiety, because your gut, especially, from your throat, it empties into your stomach, which then empties into your small intestine, where you absorb most of your nutrients, and also where a great percentage of your immune system resides. And then your small intestine then dumps into your colon, and then toxins can leave your body. But your small intestine is where you're absorbing most of the nutrients and also making many of the brain chemicals or neurotransmitters, including serotonin. And serotonin is very important to help you feel more relaxed, more calm. And so, believe it or not, I know it seems like a lot, and you don't have to stop everything at once, but just being mindful of what you're eating can make a big difference. And unfortunately, fast foods play a big role because they have all, most of these, like wheat, corn, and sugar in them, so that's why they taste so good. And then there's alcohol. And alcohol, even though, it causes us, it's more of a downer, so to speak, but it can again create inflammation in the body, lead to overgrowth of candida, and then can actually create more anxiety. So, in general, we avoid these following 5 items. And so that may, when you do, you may find that you'll actually feel less anxious. And again, you don't have to do everything at once. And I know there's a lot of things that are listed here, but believe me, in this day and age, anything that can help us feel less anxious is better for us. So just wanted to give you quickly those 5 foods that can actually cause anxiety, so that you're aware that when you're feeling edgy or on edge, maybe just take a step back and say, wait a minute, what did I just eat? Or what did I eat at the previous meal? You may not get an immediate reaction. It may be over a few hours, but at least the more awareness that you have, then you can be proactive to make changes. So thank you. Oh, and we are not able to.
Wonderful,
Oh,
Dr. Chari.
great.
Sorry, I was on mute. Wonderful, Dr. Chari. I hope you all enjoyed Dr. Chari's incredible presentation on the 5 foods that cause anxiety. Hope you made a note of those. These tips can really improve and enhance your life. And we have many more tips along the way. So again, check out our website, www.charicenter.com. And if you also like to sign up for our Saturday Chari Center Community Health Hour, please, you can go ahead and sign up for that too. All you have to do is text VClinic to the number 888-111. You'll see that on your screen. Text VCLNIC to 888-111. And then you'll be automatically signed in to our Saturday live webinars at 10 a.m. Pacific time. People all over the US and all over the world are enjoying that presentation. And you'll get incredible cutting edge information where you won't find anywhere else. All right, I guess that concludes our show for today. Any closing words from Dr. Chari?
Just want to say thank you again for being here. Thank you for watching the replay, and appreciate that. And we're going to continue to bring you tips as we go along.
All right. Well, thank you, everyone. We'll see you again next time. Take care.